Hey, what's going on, guys? Mackan here, and I've got some Black Ops 1 gameplay for you guys. I got to 101 on the Riese. This only took me 2 days. It's my fastest 100 plus ever. It usually takes me 3 or 4 days because I I spread the gameplay out too much. Um, During this whole game, I had one down on round 80, and I actually had to recycle the Wonder Waffle ones on round 98. And from 98 to 100 I played without the ray gun because I ran out of ammo and I thought it was gonna be dogs, but I was wrong, so I just killed them with my Thompson and my shillink, the Bowie knife. And yeah, there's not really much more to say about the game. I'm gonna show you the strategy, the King Jack strategy, my down when I recycled and my suiciding on 101. I've got a lot more zombie stuff coming. I have 2 world records stacked up on my PC. They're not high rounds, but they're 2 world record challenges. And today I want to talk about a topic that, like, I replied to IraqemUp's commentary. He talked about religion and how his family is religious and not his, and like what he believes. So I'm gonna make a commentary about that as well as a video response. What do I think about religion overall? I'm very interested in religion, or actually not really religion, more history, which kind of involves religion a lot. I'm also really interested in space, UFOs and stuff like that, and that will actually be a thing that I'm gonna mention a lot in this commentary, because I think the beginning of religion overall is 100% from aliens, because way back in time, like maybe, I'm not sure, I've watched so many documentaries, 2,000 years before Christ, there has been paintings in caves and stuff like that all over the world from different countries, like tribes that didn't have any contact with each other, all painted the similar things on the walls, and that was about aliens coming down and genetically, like, experimenting on humans and actually taking people up in their ships. And it sounds so like extreme, but it's actually really imaginable. Like, if you look at these paintings on the wall, I don't have any pictures of them that I'm gonna show in this video, but they're actually painted spaceships that it's sucking up animals into the ships, and that was over 1,000 years before Christ. Like, I don't think they had imagination like that back then. So I really think that's where religion came from. They worshipped these aliens, and then later on it became more of a god thing, that there was only one person who ruled the world. Like, you might have heard of the giants that once walked the earth. Like, pretty recently there's been giant skeletons found. Most of these skeletons are fake because they're so super huge, but there's actually been a lot of normal, real giant skeletons found around the world, and I think those are actually 50% alien. Like, seriously. Back then, in the paintings and the writings before Christ, they wrote about the aliens coming down and experimenting on them and actually breeding with them, and they gave birth to giants. And that's also in the Bible as well, that there were 5 giants who walked the earth and ruled the earth. And you might have heard of DVSG, David versus Goliath, the little boy who slayed one of these giants by, like, I'm not sure if he like threw a rock at his head or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not too similar with that story. But anyway, I believe that religion came from the ancient human beings worshipping these aliens, and then I'm not sure what happened really, if they came to visit us so often back then and then they just never came back. I think that's where religion went wrong from actually worshipping something real to some fake god. I don't believe in God myself. I believe in that there was actually aliens that once ruled the world. Okay, so I've never really read the Bible myself, maybe once, like maybe a page or two in school when we had to. But I found this in a commentary, I mean a documentary on YouTube about ancient giants. It says that in the Bible, Genesis chapter 6 verse 4, it says this: "There were giants in the earth in those days, and when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown." Which I don't know why someone would write like this. It like the whole Bible, it's just full of crap to me. Why can't they just write in like clear fucking words? Sorry if you're religious, but you can clearly hear from this that like when the sons of God, like that's not a normal human being. So I think the Bible also has a lot to do with the ancient giants, along with the paintings that was like way before Jesus Christ. So like there's both ancient proof and like proof from the Bible, and like there's just proof everywhere. I don't see why people would believe in one single God. Like it says in their own Bible that there were like sons of God that bred with like daughters and they became mighty men and stuff like that. And like when the aliens bred with the humans, a lot of the children did not only become giants, they were often red-haired. They often had 6 fingers and 6 toes. They sometimes even had horns on their head, which just sounds maybe a bit extreme. I'm not sure about that, but the other stuff sounds really believable to me. And they have also found a giant grave in Israel, I think, which is made over 5,000 years ago with over 40,000 tons of rocks. And this was made for only one person, so you could tell that this person was a really great person. His name was Og, and he was a giant, a king of Bashan, which was that region. And there's also biblical proof of this in the Israel Bible or something. I'm not sure in what Bible there's the proof, but there's a quote who says like this: "For only Og," which is his name, Og, "for only Og, king of the Bashan, remained of the remnants of the Raphaim, whatever." But the Raphaim is another word for giants. So he was a king of a giant region. So I'm not really sure how old these giants actually are. It's pretty hard to find on the internet, the oldest one found, but over 7,000 years old, that's for sure. And in India they have found giant structures up on a mountain so high that no trees, nothing grows up there, so high. And those rocks, there's not the same type of rock anywhere in that area. There's like, so they must have been transported from somewhere like down the mountain all the way up, and there's no way a normal human being could do that, nor no way a whole tribe could do that together, because these rocks weigh like hundreds of tons, even with the help of like different materials, maybe having wooden stalks under to roll them up. It'd be impossible. It's truly impossible. And the only explanation so far for pretty much every giant ancient structure, like the Stonehenge, the grave I spoke about, the pyramids, everything is either alien or giants. And like the people before Christ, long time before Christ, also wrote about the Anunnaki, which like that's what they called these ancient giants, the aliens that came from another planet down to them and taught them things about life and universe. And in these paintings, the one thing that just amazes me is that there's kind of a painting of the solar system, our solar system. And in that solar system, Pluto is in it. Pluto is in it. We didn't discover Pluto from until the 1930s, and they knew about it like way before Christ. So that's one thing that I think the aliens or the giants taught them. And a lot of people nowadays see the aliens as small green men or small gray men or stuff like that. In these paintings or writings, they're not green at all. They're not small at all either. Actually, the aliens were giants. When I said that they bred with them, you might have thought yourself a small green guy fucking a lady, but no, they were actually giants. The aliens were giants. So that's pretty amazing that the ancient giants actually came here and lived here. And on this solar system that they painted on the wall, there was not only Pluto, there's also one extra planet that we haven't found yet today, called Nibiru. You might have heard the X planet, or the planet that's gonna interfere with Earth and kill us all. They actually looked for the planet where it was placed on their solar system, but they didn't find it. Instead, they found some object flying around in that area, seriously, that they couldn't identify or anything like that. They just saw an object flying around that they never saw off again, which is amazing. And if you think, you might know that the insects, the animals, everything was larger before, which is pretty weird that everything has gotten smaller. Which, as you saw as I said, on the pictures on the walls, they took up the animals into their chips, and I think that they experimented on the animals as well. Maybe that made them smaller or something. Like, many people have different view of how mankind started, or like how human beings came. And these paintings and writings says that they actually came and experimented on the humans, and then they came back a long time after that to see how it went. And that's when they came back, they found the women very attractive, so that's when they started breeding with them. And I don't know if you have seen the movie, what's the movie? Awesome movie about aliens. When the aliens came to Earth, they actually made mankind. Let's see here. Prometheus, great movie, where they came to Earth and they experimented. They did drop something in the water. I'm pretty sure you've seen the movie. If not, go watch it. The same thing might have happened here, that they actually came to Earth, they experimented with the animals, made them smaller so we humans would be able to survive more easily, and they experimented with us to make us smarter and everything. Like, when they came, we were just some hairy people living in under a tree or something, and now look at us now. They taught us so much. They genetically experimented with us to make us giants and stuff, which is pretty amazing. Kind of like Prometheus. I actually think that without them, humanity might not still be here. But the thing is, why are they not here now? Like in Prometheus, they were just gone. We had to find them. You haven't seen much of aliens lately. Of course, you've seen YouTube videos, a lot of fake ones. But if they were so living with us and stuff like that before, why are they not here now? Is it not true, or I don't know. But this has been really fun making a commentary about this. Thank you, IraqemUp, for inspiring me to make this commentary. I've been wanting to do it a long time, Um, Make sure you check him out. I'm gonna leave the link to his video in the description so you can watch that and subscribe to him. He also makes great zombie videos and commentaries. Tell me if you want to make a commentary with another topic than Call of Duty, and I'll make sure to make a commentary about that, or kind of the same topic if you want that. So, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed.